planting, pruning, and purpose. Let's get right to it. Hello once again, J-Spot peeps. Welcome back to the J-Spot. And thank you for spending some of your valuable time here with me in the J-Spot. I'm your host, Mr. J. As you know by now, I'm sure, for those of you who have been following me, and for those of you who are following for the first time, this platform focuses on discovery, rediscovery, resurrection, restoration, and purpose. And I've talked about those things and a wide variety of other things. And today I'm going to be talking about a continuation of the last video from Acorn to Oak. Today we're going to talk about planting, pruning, and purpose. From planting to pruning to purpose. In the very first video that I posted maybe a month and a half, 2 months ago, I shared some of the backstory of my life from the time that I was born until the time that I was stabbed. I was born in 1957 until the time I was stabbed in 1999, August 22nd, my twin son's 12th birthday. And without digressing too far, I've also talked about how the importance of not cursing the struggle that we find ourselves going through from time to time. I talked about the metamorphosis of the caterpillar to the butterfly and the butterfly principle, and how the caterpillar, when it's in its stage of cocoon state phase, how it generally eats itself into a liquid. It turns itself, it liquefies itself so it can form the skeleton of a butterfly. Once it's formed the skeleton of a butterfly, it has to struggle to get out of the cocoon. And it does so to strengthen its wings. Otherwise it would never fly. I talked about the importance of seeding. And the last video, talking about how when a seed is planted, it has to die unto itself before it can bear any fruit. Much like us, we have to die unto ourselves before we can bear fruit. And as you can see in each one of these examples, there's a struggle involved. And there is also some pain involved before you reach its purpose, your purpose. For the caterpillar to reach its purpose, it has to kill itself. It has to struggle to get out of the cocoon. For the seed that's planted in the ground, it has to die into itself before a root can be formed. And then it has to go through the struggle of trying to come through and expose itself to nature. And then it's exposed again to all the haters in nature. The wind, the rain, the storms. And why should it be any different for us? The struggle gives us the discipline and the fortitude and the strength that is required for us to live our purpose and be good stewards over that which God gives us charge. It's not unlike people who inherit a lot of money. Not that everybody falls victim to this, but most people who get a windfall of money who have no discipline, they don't appreciate it and they can't handle it. And in a lot of cases, it ends up taking their lives. So when God has purposed us for something, pardon me, it's no different, and it's no surprise that we should endure a struggle. For some of us, the struggle is magnified and it's exponentially placed on exponentially placed burden on our lives. I've struggled since I was a child. I was pruned, and I came through a phase where I made a lot of money, was reckless at times. From the time I was 21 to the time I was 42, I made an incredible amount of money. Then I made a decision that cost me my life. I ended up getting stabbed in my heart and I died. August 22nd, 1999. 25 years ago. This August will be 26 years. And I've struggled ever since. I've struggled ever since. Every time it seemed as though I got back on my feet, something would happen to me. Was living a dream again in 2021. Got sick with COVID, nearly killed me, ruined me all over again. And I'm not complaining because I don't curse the struggle. But when I died in 1999, technically I'm only 25 years old. New birth, I'm only 25. But during the period from 1990, well actually 2000 when I became homeless, from 2000 up until 2000, well I'm still writing poetry, but I've done a lot of things. I've written songs, I've written plays, I've written 1,000 poems. I've written for newspapers. I had a radio show. I've done a lot of things because I died. And not to say that because I've done all these things that I haven't struggled, but because I've struggled. But the mere fact that I've persevered and I really haven't lost anything through the struggle. I haven't lost anything. I've gained a lot during the struggle. Struggling doesn't mean that you're losing. It just means that you're growing stronger. So when the day comes for you to start walking in your purpose, you have a discipline. You are stronger. You can be a good steward over that which God gives you charge. It doesn't mean you can't contribute to someone's life. We are being pruned, just like anything else. Pruning means when God prunes you, He's pruning us to grow us out, to expand our territories and enlarge our tents. Growing up, if you just want to get taller, if you don't have anything to look out over, the only thing that you can see when you look is yourself. You have nothing to see where you have served a purpose for anyone else's life. Sometimes your struggle is for other people to see how you persevered. If they're curious and if they're going through something, they will want to know, how did you do it? Because they will see it on you. Because when you come through that struggle, you're blossoming just like the plant. And people will want to know what it is that's so different about you. So don't curse the struggle. Embrace it and understand that only a loving Father will want you to go through that, to make you stronger. It has nothing to do with punishment. It's about purpose. It's about being responsible when God opens that window for you. When you step into your glory, you better be responsible. You better have some discipline, because success can kill you just like failure can. And the type of success that God has planned for you, that I know that He has planned for me, I'll be able and you will be able, and this is not about money, but you will be able to give away 99% of what you have and still have too much. And nowadays, in the climate that we are living in, we need to be able to say, thank you, Lord, for the struggles that we've been through. Because the struggles that America is about to go through are not going to faze those of us who have already been pruned. Because no weapon formed against us shall prosper, and every tongue that rises itself against us we shall condemn. So be ready, and don't be Don't get frustrated because you can't have that fruit that you see hanging on that tree, because it's not ripe enough for you yet. And sometimes the people that come into your lives, they're not ready for you either. They may be telling you you're not ready for them, but that's not really the case. They're just not ready for you. They're not ready for you. So keep your passport of faith open, because that's the only passport you're going to need for where God is taking you, is the one that says stamped with faith. From planting to pruning to purpose. Don't curse the struggle. Thanks again, J-Spot peeps, for spending some of your valuable time here with me in the J-Spot. I hope this content has been edifying for you and inspirational. And for those of you who have subscribed, once again, thank you for your support. We really appreciate it. And for those of you who have not, please do. Make sure you like, share a comment, share this content with some of your friends and family, and drop us a comment. And please come back to see me, because we have a lot more discovering to do and a lot more purpose to pursue. In the meantime, peace. Connoisseur. He found me in the vineyard, still a grape there on the vine. Not quite ripe, still somewhat hard, a bit too green for wine. He took me in his fingertips for a quick examination, determined that I was not fit, not ready for libation. He'd look at me as if to say, "Don't fret nor fear, my son, for surely there will be a day that back for you I'll come." He left me there for many nights through storms of wind and rain, storms of which I had to fight if I were at all to change. He'd show up every now and then after every painful test, yet somehow I knew my friend had really never left. He always checked to see if I was battered, torn, or bruised, if I had not grown full of pride and was willing to be used. Then one day he came for me, and this he said, "My Lord, because you waited patiently, you are ready to be poured. I am the true vine, and my Father is the vine dresser. Every branch in me that does not bear fruit, he takes away. And every branch that does bear fruit, he prunes, that it may bear more fruit. Already you are clean because of the word that I have spoken to you. Abide in me, and I in you. As the branch cannot bear fruit by itself unless it abides in the vine, neither can you unless you abide in me. I am the vine, you are the branches. Whoever abides in me and I in him, he it is that bears much fruit. For apart from me, you can do nothing. John chapter 15, verses 1 through 5.